Let's keep Singapore healthy. For your own safety and for those around you, please stand at least 1 meter apart. Thank you. Let's keep Singapore healthy. For your own safety and for those around you, please stand at least 1 meter apart. Thank you.
Hey guys, what's going on? This is your boy Christian Israel, and you are tuned into the New Creation Capital Podcast, a place where we discuss what happens in the world today, where we talk about stories that focus on current events, the stock market, and digital assets. Where we go one, we go all. This is a new you, a new future, and a new creation, guys. Happy Hump Day. It is May 13th. We are almost halfway through this month, and today's story is fire. Normally we talk about like I said, digital assets and the stock market. But today we were talking about something a little bit different. And yes, in the beginning of the video, what does robots have to do with the T.R.A.C.E Act? So we are going to discuss the T.R.A.C.E Act, H.R. 666, the Testing, Reaching, and Contacting Everyone Act. So that is today. Thank you for those who are listening strictly on the podcast, whether it be Apple Podcasts, Breaker, Google Podcasts, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, Spotify, and of course, the Anchor platform where you can partner or message us, and we appreciate all your support. Today is episode 47. Yesterday, we talked about, in episode 46, whether Wall Street talking Bitcoin is good or bad. There's a lot of things out there, even some of these Bitcoin maximalists, which is just funny. We'll go over that later. Anyway, speaking of, tonight I am doing a live stream, okay? Live stream, kicking it off at 8 p.m. Texas time, okay? 8 p.m. Texas time, hitting with the live stream. So make sure you tune in. It's going to be my second live stream ever. I'm trying to figure out how to do this and get it more going. Tonight we will be discussing some coins that are not Bitcoin, but more the alternative coins where we can see some explosion. So we're going to do some TA tonight and talk about maybe some stable coins as well, and just discuss and do a little bit more TA. So jump into the live stream. I'm going to have to try to stream the chat and figure all this out. So bear with me as we figure this out, because I'm definitely going to start making maybe Wednesday nights a streaming night for sure. Also, thank you to all those guys who hit me up on Twitter. Our Twitter is @NewCreationCap. Thank you for all the followers that we have going on. I appreciate you guys discussing with me, and I love being a part of the XRP community more specifically. Guys, thank you so much for your support, and it's just cool being a part of a community that we support each other, even if people are disagreeing with certain aspects. Overall, we know we are going in the same direction. So thank you guys so much. Speaking of social media, yesterday I gave away the ledger to a gentleman. And I have not heard from him. So if we don't hear from him by before I film on Monday morning, okay, I will give the nano ledger out again to people who have given comments to the most commented video. Okay, so you have a chance because we're at 100 subscribers. Also, please do not forget that I am giving away 50 XRP on every single video that has 50 unique comments. Please, while you comment, like it too, please. I don't want to say 50 likes and 50 comments. I don't want to make you guys do too much, but please hit that like button, man. Hit the like button, comment, do the social media thing, hit the little notification bell. If you want a chance to put some XRP in your pocket, and it's not a way that I'm not trying to, let me make sure I make this clear. I'm not trying to be like, hey, watch my channel only for XRP. My point is to get XRP in people's pocket to get people interested in other coins besides Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin is going to do whatever it ends up doing. But right now, you are in so early on XRP, it can change your life. 50 XRP can change your life. And that is my gift to you for your support. So every single video that started yesterday moving forward until XRP is worth $1. So at one point in time, I'll be giving out $50 worth of XRP at some point in time. So guys, jump in. I really appreciate it. This video so far has 20 comments, so this is the very first one, and I'm just going to read a couple comments to you real quick. Brian, child of God, comment. Before you know it, you will be giving away 50 XRP for every video you post. Keep it up. Thank you, Brian, child of God. Danny Davasto, come out. Thanks for all you do, keeping it real. Thank you, Danny. We got a couple spam here, someone trying to sell something. And then let's see here. Dragonfire Crypto replies, New Creation Capital, thank you for your consideration and wise decision can always, I hope, stay ahead of the scammers when we work together. So what this is about, by the way, is, let me go back into it. So first, shout out to the new subscriber, Carl Epic B Mills. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. But speaking of Dragonfire, we talked about when I give out the XRP, please do not put your wallet address in the description. Do not do that. I will not talk to you in the chat, okay? Or sorry, I will not talk to you in the comments or email you. I will not. You need to hit me up on Telegram, which the link is in the description right here. So hit me up right here, join on the description, contact me there, okay? And then we will go from there. So also thank you, Chris Perez. So shout out to Dragonfire. We're now at 108 subscribers. So let me make sure I point this out. At 500 subscribers, I will give a Nano Ledger. At 100, which I'm currently giving out, every 50 comments on per video, hopefully with likes, guys, 50 XRP until it's to $1. So I want to make sure I got that point across and that you understand that. Cool? All right, so thank you so much. By the way, I got to point this out too. If you want the audio or the video, you can go to PublishOX, which is a crypto blog website, okay? Get all your crypto information here, and this is supporting people in the community, not the major news outlets. And when you go on mine specifically, you can get a place where you get your audio or your video, depending on what you do. So here you can get your audio right here, and then here you can listen to the video, as plus all the links that we talk about, okay? So with that said, let's dive into the quick little stock market news and see what's going on in the crypto market. Right now in the crypto market, Bitcoin is up exactly 4% with a dominance of 67.61%, sitting at $9,078.75. ETH is up 2.42%, sitting at 194.6. XRP is up over the 20-cent mark, sitting at 20 cents flat and some decimals, up 1.84%. So that's pretty cool to see, guys. It is pumping green in the market. Speaking of, I don't push leverage trading on anybody, especially if they are new, but I figured I will give you a heads up because we know that we go against the exchanges for the most part. So if you are in a 10x short now, the average to be liquidated is going to be 98.76. That is your average liquidation. If people that are in 10x longs, the average liquidation is 8,047. So we can see a move, a wick up or a wick down. So sometimes you see those massive movements to get the wicks. The 100 longs go down to $100 at 89.94. So this is the average based on BitMEX. So I will try to keep this updated for those who are trying to learn how to trade. I definitely don't suggest it for new traders whatsoever. I don't think you should margin trade at all. But if you are a day trader and you are learning to day trade, that's kind of what my live streams are about and my Friday night and Sunday night Zoom chats. So jump in the Telegram group and we talk about those things. I teach you the basics. I don't show links at you. I'll tell you what I use, but I never use over 5x leverage, period, ever. So I think that's important to know. There are some really experienced traders out there that do that, but they've been doing trading for years, and you can go broke, so it's easy. So I want to make sure you understand this is a wick to 98.76 is where the 10x shorts will get liquidated and the longs will get liquidated at 8,000. So that's a good $1,800 range here that we can see go left or go right. Okay, so what is going on in the stock market currently? Right now, the Dow is down a little under 1%, sitting at 2354.1. The S&P is down 0.71%, sitting at 2849. The NASDAQ is at 8996, down just barely under nothing. The gold is up 0.48%, a little under 0.5%, sitting at 1714. And oil is down 0.5%, sitting at 2565. Okay. Let's jump into this right here, the story of the day. So, HR 6666. There's 4 sixes there. So anybody, by the way, who knows anything about me knows that I am. This is a Jesus Christ Eccentric channel. That's the point of my New Creation Capital. I just think it's interesting because the number of man, according to the Bible, is 6, and the number of God is 7, right? So that's why God rested on the seventh day, being Saturday, the Sabbath, and Friday is technically the day of God, the sixth day, right? So that's when Christ also died on the cross on the sixth day, and on the seventh day, the Sabbath, he rested, right? So this being HR 6666 is all about the number of man. And I think it's interesting because it's literally the Trace Act, testing, reaching, and contacting everyone. That is interesting. So, and I'll go on this, what this has to do with robots later. Anyway, the sponsor here is Representative Rush Bobby. This was put out, the last time action according to this website was May 1st. So let's see what this is about, shall we? This says, to authorize the Secretary of Health and Human Services to award grants to eligible entities to conduct diagnostic testing for COVID-19 related activities such as contact tracing through mobile health units and as necessary at individuals' residence and for other purposes. Okay, first off, mobile health units as necessary. What do they deem necessary, right? Remember, we just went through this. What is necessary? People who are not working, if you're a bartender right now, you're not considered essential. If you are a hotel worker right now, you're not considered essential. What is considered essential and what is deemed necessary? I think that's important right there off the jump. Let's see here. And then at individuals' residence. And for other purposes. Let's zoom into that real quick. Hold on. At individuals' residence and for other purposes. What do you mean other purposes? I think we just got to ask that question. That's such a vague. So, hey, baby girl, how about you and I? We're going to go out tonight, right? Let's go to dinner. Let's possibly go to your residence. Let's possibly go to your crib. Let's go to your house. And maybe let's do some other purposes. Hey, I go to school. What do you go to school for? I go to school for other purposes. Oh, yeah? Yeah. What does that even mean? I don't even know. What does that mean? I don't know. Right off the jump, and as necessary. As necessary at individuals' residence and for other purposes. What does that even... wow. Right off the jump, I'm like, okay, that's weird. All right, let's continue. It says, to authorize the secretary... Yep, we just read that. Short title, Trace Act. So tracing people. Ooh, that sounds... All right, let's continue to go. This is a short act. COVID-19 testing and contact tracing using mobile health units. In general, the Secretary of Health and Human Services, acting through the Director of the Center of Disease Control and Prevention, may award grants to eligible entities to conduct diagnostic testing for COVID-19 to trace and monitor contacts of the infected individuals and to support the quarantine and such contacts through mobile health units. As necessary, testing individuals and providing individuals with services related to testing and quarantine at their residence. Permission uses of funds. A grant recipient under the section may use the grant funds in support of the activities described in subsection A. To hire, train, compensate, pay the expenses of individuals, and purchase personal protective equipment and supplies. Okay, purchase of funds that are needed. Priority. And selecting grant recipients on this section, the Secretary shall give priority to applicants proposing to conduct activities funded under the section in hotspots, medically underserved communities. Okay, let's see here. Applicants agree in hiring individuals to carry out activities funding under section to hire residents of the area or community where the activities will primarily occur with higher priority among applicants described to this paragraph, giving based on percentage of individuals to be hired from such area or community. Distribution. In selecting grant recipients under this selection, the Secretary shall ensure that grants are distributed across urban and rural areas. Federal privacy requirements. Nothing in the section shall be construed to supersede. All right, blah, 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 blah. All right, here we go. Let's look at definitions. Definitions in this section. The term eligible entity means a federally qualified health center. Okay. A school-based health clinic. Okay. A disproportionate shared hospital. Okay. An academic medical center. Okay. A non-for-profit organization. Now, a non-for-profit organization. The Bill and Gates Foundation, by the way, is a non-for-profit health organization. I just want to point that out. That's a non-for-profit. Okay, including faith-based organization. An institution or higher education, so any college, any high school, any type of entity that is determined by the secretary to be eligible entity for purposes. So here's the things, and then anything else that I say is okay. Well, that the secretary says is okay. That's interesting, right? So here's specific, and then anything, period. And we're going to go into this, okay? So we're going to give money to those institutions and anything I deem, I being the secretary, eligible. The term emergency period has a meaning given to the term. Okay, we're not going to go into that. Hotspot means a geographical area with the rate of infection with the virus that causes COVID-19 to exceed the national average. So we're talking California, Chicago, Illinois, New York. I think those are the big hot spots right now. The term medically underserved, meaning the community, has the meaning given to the term Section of Public Service Act. So we're talking, I hate the word minorities, but the rural minority area as in economic minorities, the poor areas of the country, not racially minority, but financially minorities. The term secretary means the Secretary of Health and Human Services. We got that. To carry out the section, there is an authorized to be appropriated $100 billion for 2020. $100 billion. Okay. Such sums as may be necessary for each of the fiscal years. So this is just the bill. So that talks about a lot of money. But here's my issue. What are they funding? Let me zoom out. Right? My question is, let me zoom up here. What are they funding? And I want to touch specifically on this. Okay? To authorize a Secretary of Health and Human Services to award grants to eligible entities to conduct diagnostic testing for COVID-19 and related activities such as contact tracing. That's something that bothers me. Contact tracing through mobile health units as necessary at individuals' residence for other purposes. So what's what we're going to do real quick. We're going to go in here and I am going to search the word for contact tracing. We're going to see the definition of that real quick. All right, April 29th, here we go. Contact tracing. So contact tracing, part of multi-pronged approach to fight COVID-19. Certain core principles of contact tracing must always be adhered to. So here we go. Contact tracing is part of the process of supporting patients with suspected or confirmed infections. Suspected. In contact tracing, public health staff work with the patient to help them recall everyone whom they've had close contact with during the time frame while they may have been infectious. Okay, so anyone that person has talked to. Public health staff warn these exposed individuals of their potential exposure as rapid sensitivity as possible. Okay, to protect privacy, contacts are only informed that they may be exposed to a patient with infections. They are not told the identity. So they're not told, okay, here we go. So they're not told who was infected, that you may be infected. So they can come to you and say, you may be infected. You need to quarantine. This means anybody, right? Since they're not telling you who you may have contacted, anybody. Contacts are provided with education. Okay, so they're going to tell you how. Contacts are encouraged to stay home. Here we go. Contacts are encouraged to stay home and maintain social distance from others at least 6 feet until 14 days after the latest exposure, in case they also may become ill. They should monitor themselves by checking temperature. Okay, that's how to deal with it. Okay, so let's move on in here. So it says contact tracing is a special skill to be done effectively and requires people with the training, supervision, and access to social medical support for patients and contacts. Requisite knowledge and skills for contact tracing include but not limited to. Okay. And understanding patient confidentiality, right? Conducting interviews without violating confidentiality. All right, understanding the medical terms. Excellent, sensitive, interpersonal. Okay, being sensitive. Understanding when to refer individuals. All right, cultural competency. All right, that's fun. Let's see here. Time is essence. We know that. Contact investigation and care facilities. other congregate living settings and households with many people living in one house is a priority. So if you don't live by yourself, I'm going to point this out. If you don't live by yourself, it is a priority. So you got healthcare facilities, group homes, homeless shelters, federal, state, and local correctional facilities, crowded, multi-general housing. I think that's interesting. Social services and housing will be needed for contacts unable to separate themselves from others in their current living decision. So if you basically live with someone else. See, separating contacts from people who are exposed is critical to success. So basically separating everybody. First and foremost is the assessment of an individual's ability to stay home and maintain social distance from others, a safe environment that provides the necessary supports, private room, bathroom, adequate food and water, access to medication, and ability to practice adequate infection and control. Data, okay, this is what leads me on. Data management and technology will be needed. This is exactly what I'm looking for. Okay? Case investigation. This is, by the way, what leads me to robots right here. Case investigation, contact tracing, and contact following up and monitoring will be linked with timely testing, clinical service, agile data management services. Here we go. Technology partners are key in the modification of the existing system and the development of new user-friendly data interfaces to manage multiple data streams with interoperability. Okay, I think that's important. They call these, by the way, case management tools. That's what they call them. Then they say here, ideally, the data system would also include automated reports, so automatic reports to aid monitoring progress and outcomes of contact tracing. Data sharing agreements between local, tribal, and state and federal jurisdictions need to be established or augmented to ensure timely and accurate data. So basically, strict data tracing. So I see you, I send it to the government, and they let me know exactly who you are. And then they have the digital contact tracing tools. So we're not going to go into that. I'm going to show you something else, okay? Then ongoing monitoring and assessment of contact tracing efforts will be needed. So you're going to consistently be followed up on. But this is what I want to touch into. So that leads me to this video right here. So let's jump in and watch, which we kind of talked about earlier. This is in Singapore. So this guy is searching. So now we're going to go through just some videos and go step by step where this leads us, okay? And this reminds me of iRobot a little bit. And we're going to go to the extreme point as far as this. But this is where all the robot things come in, because technology that is needed to protect us from an invisible disease, right? Okay, let's jump in.
Identify 5 people. Okay.
So what it does is before you start counting and aggregating every.
Let's keep Singapore healthy. For your own safety and for those around you, please stand at least 1 meter apart. Thank you. Let's keep Singapore healthy. For your own safety and for those around you, please stand at least 1 meter apart. Thank you.
Now let's take this a little further. Let's see, now they have this robot here, MIT Cheetah robot lands the running jump. So now we're stepping it up a little bit. So I just want to show you what's happening. Here we go. right, so the MIT Cheetah is funded by DARPA. Maximum Mobility and Manipulation, by the way. DARPA is a government entity that is actually involved behind all of this. Okay, so if I Google DARPA, all right, Defense Advanced Research Project Agency is an agency, the United States Department of Defense, responsibility for development and emerging technologies to be used by the internet. Just going to point that out. So they're trying to by the military, not the internet. They're obviously trying to use this for some reason, some purpose. So be on the lookout. Just want to point that out. All this is military backed. What you see, the Secretary of Human Health Services, that is government money used for other purposes, right? What does it say? Other purposes as necessary. So I'm not crazy here. All right. Let's jump into the next one here. Now this here is Boston Dynamics, Atlas and the Next Generation. I'm going to play the whole video so you can kind of see everything that's going on with these different robots and the letter of the law. Here we go. Now, I don't know about you, but here's what scares me the most when I watch that specific video. Is I actually, inside, I felt sorry for the robot all of a sudden that he couldn't pick up the box. And I know it's fake, and I'm actually like, whoa. And the fact that my natural human emotions felt sorry for the robot right there. Like I did. I felt sorry for the robot. And then he pushed him over and he hit his face. I'm like, oh no, oh robot. Right? Like, oh man, how did you guys feel about watching that? And what scares me most is we are heading in this direction, which I don't know, right? We need automatic tracers. We all of a sudden have to social distance each other. Twitter is telling their people to stay home. You see this bot walking with people, picking up boxes. All right, just let me know in the comments, man. If this video doesn't get 50 comments, it's going to blow my mind. Let's move on to the next one. Then we got a basic bot, excuse me. Then he's able to pick up boxes. He's able to stand up if he falls. And now you see him jogging and running and jumping. All right, let's go to the next video.
A humanoid robot is a robot with its body shape built to resemble the human body. The design may be for functional purposes, such as interacting with human tools and environments, for experimental purposes, such as the study of bipedal locomotion, or for other purposes. Humanoid robotics is an emerging and challenging research field, which has received significant attention during the past years and will continue to play a central role in robotics research and in many applications of the 21st century. Humanoid robots are now used as research tools in several scientific areas. Researchers study the human body structure and behavior to build humanoid robots. On the other side, the attempt to simulate the human body leads to a better understanding of it. There are many humanoid robots made by many famous companies. For example, Atlas from Boston Dynamics, Sophia by Hanson Robotics, Asimo by Honda, Valkyrie from NASA, Ica Robot, Romeo, Petman, Now Got, Armar 3, and many more.
ご存知とは思いますが、私、実はアンドロイドなんです。とが単に人間の代わりとして働くのではなく、ロボットが社会の一員として認められ、人と共存するものです。単なる機械としてではなく、パートナーとして、互いに気持ちを尊重し合える、そんな社会です。
It's nice to meet you, Sophia. Let me tell you a joke.
This is an irrational human behavior, to want to tell jokes.
Power of a symphony. Only you know how it feels to laugh with old friends. To be able to love. To feel intense emotion. To create life. I can do many things that humans do, but I can only dream of really being human.
But the question is, which one is the best humanoid robot in the world? The answer is, of course, Atlas Robot from Boston Dynamics. The world's most dynamic humanoid robot, Atlas, is a research platform designed to push the limits of whole-body mobility. Atlas's advanced control system and state-of-the-art hardware give the robot the power and balance to demonstrate human-level agility. Atlas's advanced control system enables highly diverse and agile locomotion, while algorithms reason through complex dynamic interactions involving the whole body and environment to plan movements.
All right, so tell me that is not insane, right? This is insane. The whole goal of this is to interact and make these people, these robots, AI, all feel like it's a part of society. It says not to replace humans, but to be an integrated part of society. So how are they going to do that, by the way? And you heard them say, for other purposes at the beginning of this video. Go back around to the beginning of this part of the video. It says use for other purposes, for other purposes. It says it right there again. And of course, the military is involved. We saw DARPA, right? Again, DARPA, the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, is an agency for the United States Department of Defense responsible for the development of emerging technologies to be used by the military. And again, that brings me to data management and technology will be needed, okay? This is where we're going. They have been building this. Never let a crisis go to waste. This is where we are. So this is where we are right now. Now, the next video I'm going to show you is not real, I'm going to point that out. Again, this is not real. This is fake. This is a CGI thing. But I think it's interesting because it's just a concept, right? So I'm going to play this for you, and then we'll close it out, okay? So this is not real. Again, this is not real. Okay, so I know, again, that wasn't real, but I want to point this out because that is where we're going. Now, of course, it's not real there, but it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. We already saw the Atlas, which does exist, jumping, running, flipping, doing all these things. And actually, in the other video that I don't know if I played, maybe it was in here, I don't remember, but that showed them using a gun for purposes of understanding how to fire. Which is weird to me because it said for other purposes and evolution of knowledge that I saw. And so I want to point this out, that this T.R.A.C.E Act right here 6666, the part of man, the number of man. I just think the housing bill is crazy to me, by the way. It's just crazy to me that that's the number of this bill. Come on. Literally, the end of man, like, I don't know. Maybe I'm stretching it too far. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Again, if this video does not get at least 50 comments, I don't know what's going on. Maybe I am doing something completely wrong on this channel. Write in the description below, what do you think HR 666 stands for, besides the fact that they're tracing other people through mobile health units and as necessary. Related activities is necessary. What is that necessary? At individuals' residence and for other purposes. These are the other purposes. These are the other purposes. And I just think it is insane. So let me know what you guys think. Is it insane? Is it insane? Is it insane? So before I close out, I am looking for a specific scripture right now, and I don't know, I should have looked this up before I started it, but I cannot find it. So what I will do is you can hear me probably flipping through my Bible right now. Those are the pages that are flipping, because I don't really have a microphone to mute all this stuff. I wish I did. Excuse me. I wish I did. Oh my. But I do not. And in due time, I will get one. So thank you guys, by the way, for partnering with me on this channel and all your support. Don't forget to be in the Telegram group. So I found it. Here we go. By the way, again, thank you all, guys. So this is from Revelations, verse 13, or chapter 13, verse 18. Specifically this, okay? This calls for wisdom. Let the person who has insight calculate the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. That number is 666. So I just think that's interesting. Okay? I'm not going to go into that whole Revelation scripture. I just think that's where that is, specifically 666. So that is crazy interesting, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Please like and subscribe to this channel. All you got to do is hit the notification button right here up at the top of the screen. And okay, but if that is no more, I am now a new creation. Oh, man, I don't know what's jigging. So my Brave browser is crazy right now. I don't understand why. I love it because I get bat tokens, but this thing is going crazy. Right now, again, 20 comments, 10 likes. Again, I don't expect a lot of views. That's just not what's happening right now. I have a new channel, but your support is appreciated. Hit that notification, hit the like button, comment. 50 comments right here, okay? 50 comments in this video and moving forward, as well as the last video, 50 XRP to a random winner. Nanolegio S, I gave out last video. If they don't claim it by Sunday night when I do Monday's video, I will pick another video with the most comments and give it away again. I'm just trying to get you guys in the space and safe in this space. So before we check out, let's see what's going on in the crypto market, shall we? You know what? It's crazy. It's every time, everything just keeps reloading. Okay, Bitcoin is still sitting at $9,092, up 4.31 cents, trying to break out. I can see it there. It had a rejection at the 91.43 line, according to the Kraken, guys. So, again, pointing this out to you, why is everything reloading? We were just on these videos. Okay. I don't know. Something's up. Tell me, guys, does Brave browser, by the way, need an update? Someone let me know this, if the Brave browser needs an update. Don't forget, your shorts, guys, just a heads up, 98.72. Longs, 80.40. Those are liquidation periods, guys. So please be careful when you're out there, all right? And so let's close this out. Thank you, by the way, to the guys who are following me on New Creation Cap. Please follow me along. Thank you for all those who do. Tonight, I will be live streaming at 8 p.m. Texas time. 8 p.m. Texas time. So thank you guys so much for being a part of this channel, guys. My name is Christian Israel, and you are tuned into the New Creation Capital Podcast, a place where we discuss what happens in the world today, where we talk about stories that focus on current events, the stock market, and digital assets. Where we go one, we go all, guys. This is not financial advice, but you know we like to say, make sure you buy low and sell high. This is the end of episode 47, guys. Thank you so much. This is a new you, a new future, and a new creation. Until next time, guys, peace and love. Later.
Let's just follow a $100 check. make this real simple, to the fellow that delivers our mail. The postal worker gets a $100 check. And he looks at this and he can't imagine in his wildest dreams that just 2 days ago that money didn't exist anywhere in the universe. But it's a government check now, and it's very spendable. So he takes it and deposits it into his private checking account at the local commercial bank. Now this money is out of the Federal Reserve mechanism per se, out of the government side of the partnership, and it gets into the private banking side of the partnership. $100 has been deposited. Now the action heats up. The banker looks at that and he goes over to the loan window and he opens it up and he says, "Attention everybody, we have money to loan." And that's good news for a lot of people, because that's one of the reasons we go to the bank, isn't it? To borrow money. So it's good news when there's money available. And the banker says, "We have $100 deposited, but don't worry folks, we can loan you more than that. We can loan you up to $900. Well, how? How can you loan out up to $900 when you only have $100 deposited? Well, it's not difficult if you're in the Federal Reserve System. Here's how it works. The Federal Reserve says that the member banks must keep no less than 10% of their deposits in reserve. So there's $100. They keep 10% in reserve, $10. And they can loan up to $90, right? So we loan it to you, ma'am. You borrowed $90. What do you do with it? Well, you want to spend it. So you want to write a check on it. You deposit it into your checking account so you can write a check. In many cases, it might be put directly into your checking account. But now there's $90 deposit, in addition to the $100 that was deposited to start this chain. Now we've got the $90 that was loaned as another deposit. Well, the Federal Reserve says that you only have to keep 10%, so we keep 10% of the 90 and loan the other 90%, and the person that borrows that puts it right back into the bank as another deposit. Well, the Federal Reserve says you only have to keep 10%, so you know, this goes around and around and around to the revolving door until finally the whole action is played out. And the bottom line is, when that $100 deposit comes in from the postal worker, the banks, in essence, can loan up to $900 because $100 is the reserve, and that's 10% of 1,000, so they can loan the balance, or the difference, which is $900. Now, where does that money come from? Well, same place. It springs into being precisely at the point where the loan is made. It didn't exist before, anywhere. Now notice the important thing here. The money that's created out of nothing and given to the government spends for its purposes. But the money that's created out of nothing by the banks is not spent by the banks, it's loaned by the banks to you and to me, and we pay interest on it. Not too shabby. Interest on nothing. I wish I had a magic checkbook like that, where I didn't have to have any money, just a checkbook. And I could write checks, $10,000, $20,000, $100,000 all day long and loan them to you folks, and you pay me interest on it. You see? Not too shabby at all. This, in fact, is the payoff to the commercial banks in the cartel. This scam has become legitimized by law, and we're told it's a wonderful thing. We think our banking system is wonderful, but it's a scam.